At this point, I believe it has been confirmed the Samsung Galaxy Note series will not be making a return. The Note 20 was the last Galaxy Note device we would ever see. But then the Samsung Galaxy S series would never be the same again because the Note series will be merging with the S series. Hello there, I'm Dave Flying, your favorite Jersey, and I bring you the latest and most important news when it comes to tech that's about to be released. And if you're into that, hit that subscribe button now. And without taking any more time, let's get into it. The main thing, the Samsung Galaxy S22. Okay, so the Galaxy Unpacked event has been slated for February 9, which is only a few days away, and let's start trying to decode what we should expect by watching the trailer videos. Now, okay, remember last year when Samsung released the Samsung Galaxy S21 and set a standard at the beginning of the year that was very hard to top by phones from other companies? It seems like they're here to do it again with their epic standard. In the first video teaser, there is some text that says that they're going to break through the night, then break the rules of light. Okay, other than the fact that it kind of rhymes, it does imply that we would be seeing a major leap in the performance of Samsung's devices in low light shooting, both in picture and hopefully in video. And then in the second video, we can see two objects shaped like phones circling around each other in some kind of dance. And one of these objects has a very boxy appearance, which is reminiscent of the Samsung Galaxy Note series, and then the other is more curved like the S series, and at some point they merge to form one. And this does feel like some random fancy dance of the Samsung Galaxy Note series merging with the S series. And then it goes, and then moving on from the video, it goes on to show is a dark starry sky. But then the outline of the phone shows up, and then the part of the sky inside the outline of the phone seems to be more well lit than the rest of the sky. Again, showing off night mode capabilities. Like basically, they're just flexing that the night mode this year is going to be very, very, very good. And now let's talk about the rumors. That's it for the videos. Let's talk about the rumors that we've been hearing on Twitter and some other websites. Okay, images from Twitter that show some of the first real life photos of the Samsung Galaxy S22. And in this picture, it seems like the S22 has an S Pen coming out of the side of the phone, and this will be a welcome change following the complaints of having the S Pen supported on the Samsung Galaxy S21, but not actually having a place to store it in the phone, which is Samsung Galaxy S21. And if you've been following Samsung for a while, you notice that some of the time the Samsung Galaxy A series phones get their inspiration directly from the bigger Note and S series phones. And looking at the Samsung Galaxy A72 phone, I don't find it hard to believe that this will be a new design of the Samsung Galaxy S22 series, with the cameras on the back having separated housing unlike the S21. And it looks like the camera bump is actually going to be vanishing step by step. Okay, so if you feel like the camera bump is still necessary, let me know down in the comments. If you feel like the camera bump would be leaving by 2024, let me know down in the comments too. Also, like this video and also send this to your friend. And now, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Let's talk about the specs or the expected specs of the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra. Okay, for the body, it's going to have a glass front protected by Gorilla Glass Victus Plus, but then the back would only have Gorilla Glass Victus protection, no plus. And the frame is going to be an aluminum frame. It's going to have an IP rating of IP68 with dust and water resistance, and then it will support the stylus as rumored, and it's also rumored to have a 2.8 millisecond latency. As for the screen, it's going to have a dynamic AMOLED 2x 120Hz refresh rate screen that supports HDR10 plus, and then it has a peak brightness of 1750 nits, and it's also going to be a 6.8 inches screen, slightly less than the Samsung Galaxy Note 7-inch phone. Okay, for the CPU, according to rumors, it does look like you'll be getting two CPUs depending on your region. The Exynos 2200 4nm chip is going to be the international version, and then for the US and China version, you have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 chip, also 4nm. For the storage sizes, we're expecting to have 128GB of storage with 8GB of RAM, 256GB of storage with 12GB of RAM, and then 512GB of storage with 12GB of RAM, all using UFS 3.1 storage. But you should be able to increase your RAM if you want to by using your storage to increase the RAM. Now, for the camera setup, for the back, we're expecting a 108 megapixel main camera with an aperture of f1.8. Then for the zoom lens, which will be the periscope telephoto lens, we're expecting a 10 megapixel camera with an aperture of f4.9, and it's said to be capable of 100x zoom. There's also going to be a second telephoto lens which have a 10 megapixel sensor, and it should have 3x optical zoom. And then for the ultra wide camera, it is said to have a field of view of 120 degrees, and it has a 12 megapixel sensor. The phone would be capable of recording 8K at 24 frames per second, 1080p at 240 frames per second, all using HDR10. The front camera is expected to have a 14 is expected to be a 14 megapixel camera with an aperture of f2.2, and is expected to record 4K video at 30 and 60 frames per second. For the battery, the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra is expected to have a 5000 mAh battery, which will support fast charging at 45 watts, and then fast wireless charging at 15 watts, and then reverse wireless charging at 4.5 watts. Moving on to Samsung Galaxy S22 Plus, I will not be listing out all of the specs. I will be stating the differences between the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra and S22 Plus. So the S22 Plus is expected to have a 6.6 inches screen with a 50 megapixel main camera, a 10 megapixel telephoto camera capable of 30x zoom, and then a 12 megapixel 120 ultra wide angle camera. And then on the front, it's able to have a 10 megapixel front facing selfie camera. And then the battery size is expected to be a 4500 mAh battery. Now for the S22. The S22 might not support the S Pen, and its peak brightness might be at 1500 nits. It's better to have a 6.1 inches screen and a 3700 mAh battery. And for the charging speed, it's better to have fast charging at 25 watts. Also, as a bonus, the Samsung smart home speaker is rumored to be making its debut at the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event. Let me know what you think about the S22 series. If you loved the video, a sub would massively appreciated. If you thought it was just decent, a thumbs up would do for now. That's it, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.